Hey traders, it is Thursday, April 3rd, and sorry about the lower quality than normal of this recording. I'm actually in my vacation house right now, and I didn't take my normal camera that I usually film with or my big desktop computer that I usually edit with. So it's a little bit different. I have to do everything on my laptop as I have it right here. Um, Needless to say, I wasn't planning on making a video during this little short trip that I'm taking here, but you know, you know what happened. If you're watching this video right now, I don't have to tell you what happened last night and this morning, and so that's what we're going to get into. Basically, the point of this video is to kind of have it be a continuation of the last video I made where I was talking about the fact that oftentimes you'll be right, you just won't be right when you think you'll be right. And when you really have strong conviction in an idea and you really feel because of your own technical analysis, your own understanding of human psychology, human nature, all this stuff, that your move was right, then you need to listen to yourself and listen to your gut. And that's exactly what happened to me the last 2 days and today. So long story short, I got in with puts on Tuesday. And so all day Tuesday and pretty much all day yesterday, I had an unrealized loss because I had puts, and Tuesday and yesterday, the market was climbing for most of the day. And it was almost like a Groundhog Day sort of situation because in my mind, I was thinking, how can this possibly be? Like, why are the prices climbing right now? There is no reason for this to be happening. And I think a lot of people probably just got shook out because they were in short thinking the market was going to crash, as I did. But if you didn't get shook out and you held your ground, if you had the diamond hands, as they say, then today you're pretty happy. And that's what I did. And I'm happy today because on 8 contracts, I made a 77% P&L for a profit of $8,438. So this is $8,400 in one day, basically. Well, like 3 days, because you talk about the 2 days that I spent not making anything with the unrealized loss, but then today I came back and made it all up and a lot more. So really the point is you need to put together all of the pieces of information at your fingertips and just make your decisions based on the information that you have. And so one thing that made yesterday very unique was the fact that we knew that there would be this, big, like big show about the new tariffs. And so in the past, I had said when Trump would talk about tariffs and whatnot, I would say, well, this seems like this could very well be a negotiation tactic. And a couple of times it was. The difference between then and now is before he was just talking about it. Like, we're going to do tariffs. And it was just words, right? Words out in the ether about this is what we're going to do. But yesterday, there was an actual event. There was a scheduled event. And there was things had to be planned. I mean, it was obvious something was going to happen. It's not just somebody talking about something and then they can change their mind and go, oh yeah, I didn't mean that. He made an event. And so when I found out that there was that event and I knew that it was going to be this new set of tariffs getting like put on everybody, I said to myself, I know for a fact this is going to be bad for the market, at least in the very short term. Like, you can only have a very, high degree of certainty in a small time frame. So where the SPY is going to be next year, I have no idea. And I would never venture a guess as to where SPY is going to be 1 year from now. But a couple of days ago, I had a pretty damn strong feeling that SPY was going to be a hell of a lot lower after this tariffs thing happened, and that's exactly what happened. And so, under any other circumstance, if there was no sort of thing that was on the horizon and it was just normal market action with no Fed, no presidential announcement, nothing out of the ordinary, and I went short and I saw that the price did what it did yesterday, I would have absolutely closed my position for a loss. Like when, as soon as it got above a certain resistance level and broke through it, I would have closed the position. But yesterday, I was so sure that what would happen was going to happen that I actually added in when we were at our highest point yesterday. I was like, the market is going to crash after he does this thing, and it was at 4 p.m. Eastern. So like, suspicious, who knows, but it's right at the moment that the market closes. Then he does his thing. I knew it was going to fall. It did fall. And I just made money off of it because, I was able to stay in over a longer time frame and stay in even though a lot of people would have gotten shook out. Like sometimes you have to really be able to accept risk. And I say this all the time. Trading is a risky thing by nature. That's number one. And number two, you have to be okay with accepting some risk. And so at the worst moment in this trade yesterday, I believe I was negative like about $1,000. Now this is of course an unrealized loss, but I had about an unrealized loss of about $1,000 at the lowest point. But I said, nope, this is going to fall. When he does his speech, it's going to tank everything. And that's the reason why not only did I stay in, but I actually added. And now this is not something that I think you should do all the time. I'm not saying to always do this. I'm just saying for this particular video, for this particular situation, I had a nearly 100% level of confidence that what would happen yesterday did happen, was going to happen. And so that's why I was able to stay in. So really the two lessons from this video are, number one, continuation of the last video. Sometimes you're going to be right, just not exactly when you think you'll be right. And that's why I never trade same day expiration. Now, if I had traded same day expiration or even day after expiration, yesterday I would have been forced to close for a loss because I opened up these contracts on Tuesday. So all day Tuesday and all day Wednesday, I was having an unrealized loss on these contracts. But when I opened the contracts on Tuesday, I knew that the event last night was scheduled to happen. So I said, now instead of doing my expiry On Wednesday, knowing that this thing would happen after the market on Wednesday, let me get the expiry to be Thursday. Because then, if the market doesn't fall out hard on Wednesday like I expected it would, I thought to myself, he'll do the thing, the market will fall out super hard right after he does overnight. As long as we don't come back and like fill the gap in the middle of the night, then Thursday morning I'll close for a huge profit. And that's exactly what happened. So that's why on the screenshot that I'm showing you, I'm going to put up my screenshot right now. You'll see that all you see are closing orders today. That's because that's all I did today was close contracts, because all of these contracts that I'm closing right here are contracts that I opened on Tuesday, knowing that at some point before my expiry today, I would make a lot of money on them. And that's exactly what happened. And if you look on the chart today, I almost got out at the perfect moment for my last contract. I did sort of the conservative thing with the first 3 contracts. You'll notice I closed the first couple like right at 8:30 when we opened up. So, you know, almost immediately after the bell, I closed 3 of them. And then, you know, the other 5 I kind of spaced out over the course of the next hour, basically. But yeah, that's it. And if you knew what you were doing, you could have done the same thing as well. You know, it's not something that comes to you immediately. It's something that takes years to develop. But when you do develop the ability to kind of like see the big picture and then combine the big picture with immediate time frames, or like, you know, this day, the next day, the day after that, sort of like put it all together, that's when you can actually be successful. And so today was a fantastic day for me, like my biggest day in a long time, honestly. And it's because I knew what would happen. And no matter what happened on Tuesday and yesterday, I never got shook out of my confidence of just knowing what would happen. Like I just knew it. And so that fact is what allowed me to have a winning trade rather than a losing trade. And so, yeah, that's it for now. Hope some of you guys were able to capitalize and make some money this morning as well. You know, I mean, like I said in my last video, I'm done trying to predict the future, as in, you know, next week, next month. I'm just looking at right now, today, tomorrow, the day after that. I'm looking at things in a very short time frame, because in day trading, really all that matters is right now and the very near future. So that's how I'm looking at things. But until next time, good luck everybody, and I'll see you whenever I make another video. Bye-bye.